I remember the day that I moved all the guavas out. Oh yeah, hey, they're fruiting pretty good out here, aren't they? Yeah, I know one day in the yard, I just get sick and tired of raising guavas. And I get a lot of people blink at me and say, what do you mean you got sick and tired of guavas? I get sick and tired of them, but boy, they're doing better out here than they did in my yard. This is nice. I'll be darned, that I didn't expect to see here. That'd be capsicum bacatum, ahi, balloon chili, eh?
Yep.
You know, the one I have in my backyard this year has now reached 8 feet. It's a monster.
Hatha edulis.
Oh, okay. Well, they say this is just stimulant.
Yeah. Some people say some people say it's addictive.
Huh.
Some people say it causes aggressive behavior. And every time I read anything, I can't find anything that actually sounds like serious research.
Yeah.
It's all opinions.
Well, let's just say that there's a huge portion of the world, at least in the Middle East and North Africa, that consume this stuff pretty constant. And I don't know, I'll go away from trying to say if there's anything cultural there that's connected to the plant, but aggressive behavior and addiction doesn't sound any worse than me on too many cups of coffee. It is a tropical walnut, huh?
Yeah.
I passed one of these up at the nursery sale in Hilo one day. They had them, I don't know if it's the exact same one. It was a South American walnut, supposedly tolerant to tropical conditions. You ever seen this thing fruit yet?
No, I think it's way too young. Bananas that I've kept the gophers away from.
Okay, now you think, is this one of the ice cream ones, or?
What was the other one you had?
I had Sweetheart.
This one's the Sweetheart.
This is Sweetheart.
The ice cream's down the way.
Okay.
And for some reason there's more of a gopher issue down there, so it's been more of a battle.
Oh, okay, well yeah, Sweetheart always made fruit for me. The only problem I had with Sweetheart is the stem here in wind. When it gets heavy, the stem is fragile and it cracks when the wind blows.
And then I probably have this one in the wrong location.
Well, it's growing. You aren't worried about fruiting anyway. Just if it looks like it might fruit, that's all that counts, right? Here, mostly then citrus that was brought in by...
The first couple of rows are citrus, there's figs, there's persimmons, there's mulberries, there's medlars, jujubes, it keeps going. I've got a Girl Scout who's just finishing up a descriptive brochure that will actually not only just say what the name is, but will say, give people some information.
Goodness gracious, you put the Girl Scouts to work.
Well, they have
merit badges.
Merit badges like the Boy Scouts do.
Yep.
It came to me.
Okay.
This one, I'm told you don't have the weird aftertaste.
So this is, again, you said Cornus
capitata. It's evergreen dogwood, but it's not quite really evergreen.
It makes a reddish berry that looks almost sort of like a lychee or something hanging in the tree. It's kind of funny scaled surface.
Lumpy looking.
So have you eaten one of these? I've never eaten one.
The other one I've eaten, again, like I said, first taste is very pleasant. Then there's this weird aftertaste that won't go away. It just ruins the whole experience.
Not good, yeah.
I've been told this one does not have the weird aftertaste, and I've read stuff that there are definitely varieties that don't have the weird aftertaste, but it's too early to say specifically whether I got one of those. Ilex paraguayensis.
Well,
yerba mate.
Oh, really? Okay, so I know it by its common name. In Spanish, I didn't know it by its Latin name. Ilex paraguayensis, huh? Well, here's another commonly used drug plant that does very well here at the quarries. This basically, I guess, caffeine is the active ingredient, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had yerba mate. It's all right. It's as far as
It's become quite a big industry lately.
Yeah, yerba mate is all right.
The cages are around them because the deer discovered them and stripped the leaves.
The deer stay up all night long and look for plants after eating these, huh? So how old is this?
About 3 years from...
And
this is Eugenia Dumbii.
No, Eugenia, yeah. Looks a lot like a number of them I'm familiar with, but I don't know anything about Dumbii. What's
it's another one that I decided to try out. Sometimes you lose the details over in your memory.
Yeah, well, as soon as you pull the cage off, the deer will probably enjoy it a lot. It looks pretty succulent.
That's why I'm...
Okay, Chinese melonberry.
Those things will turn pinkish when they're ripe.
Wow, they look almost like little gnarly Osage oranges.
Yeah.
And foliage actually does a little bit too. Melonberry.
Minus the thorns.
That's right, yeah, minus the thorns.
We have Osage oranges down the trail.
Yeah.
So.
Chinese melonberry, huh? Yeah. Ever eaten it?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
They're good when you get them at the right time.
So if they're pink, huh?
Yeah.
And
this one I thought we were going to... It was really wind-blown when I first put it out. Oh, actually, speaking of which, look at... What do you think the rootstock is?
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know.
Oh, come on, you just said it.
What the hell did I just say? Osage. So it is on an Osage.
Yeah.
So
Osage rootstock.
Okay, so I'm not out of my mind. I didn't have to go to school for that. That's very funny. So it's on Osage rootstock. Amazing. Melonberry. Well, I'll tell you, there's never a stage where our native Osage orange is good to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the Osage oranges had fruit this year. That's right. It does look like it looks like a giant version of those.
Of these, yeah. Well, we used to use them as kids in the Midwest. Used them for hand grenades, you know. So this is Medlar. I hear people ask me about Medlar and stuff, and I said, yeah, I've heard of the thing. It's an apple relative. It's in the rose family, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's between an apple and a pear and a quince.
It doesn't look real delicious. What do you think of them?
You got to let them. They're supposed to soften. You're supposed to blet them.
Blet.
Put them in cool, dry storage for a month until they soften up.
Okay, well, just right there.
Then they won't look pretty, but they're supposed to taste.
I'll tell you what, just the word blet, or the act of bletting, is probably enough to keep me from eating this thing. That must be Old English, huh?
Yeah.
And so where is this thing native to, you know?
Somewhere in Europe.
That's what I thought, yeah.
It might actually have been German.
Huh. Yeah, so before anybody had any apples or any legitimate pears, they had medlars most likely. They probably remembered them from the Stone Age or something, huh? So this is Luther Burbank's experimental fruited mountain ash, mountain ash for human consumption.
Yeah.
Do you know what he called it?
It's a half-finished experiment, from what I
gathered.
He never took it to the point where it was ready for.
Kind of looks half-finished. Huh.
But there's about 4 or 5 of these up at Goldridge in Sonoma County.
Yeah, sure.
Looking very
This is the jujube. Boy, it likes it here, huh? They say these will grow on dry, infertile soils. Nice crop. Nice crop. Yeah, looks really good. Yeah, very good. That's nice. I've never developed a fondness for them, but this is a fruit that if you like it is good, you know.
3 different varieties.
Lee, Lang, and
Contorted.
Contorted. All right.
Right. Just the color alone makes it worth going.
I see that.
It'll be intensely red.
So it's a Chinese haw used for candy making.
And the whole tree will be redder than that when it's going.
That's pretty. This is, you said, the most smuggled fruit in
this is teocote, which is a Mexican hawthorn that they used to make a Christmas punch out of.
And you say it's most smuggled in because they got to have it for Christmas if they came from south of the border?
Yeah, but now there are people are producing it in California.
Teocote.
Teocote.
Teocote. And so this is, again, is another critigus, huh?
Yeah.
Little apple-y type thing.
Almost evergreen.